When most people think about retirement in America, the first places that come to mind are usually Florida, California, or Arizona. Warm weather, beaches, golf courses, and palm trees. That's the dream. But here's the reality. The cost of living in those popular retirement states has skyrocketed. Housing prices are out of reach for many middle-class retirees, taxes are eating away at savings, and healthcare costs keep climbing. Now, I want to share something personal. I've been to some of the cities that made it onto this list, and I have to say I was shocked. I never expected to see so many retirees building entire new communities in these affordable cities. Walking through the neighborhoods, talking to the locals, you can really feel the shift happening. Retirees aren't just looking for warm weather anymore. They want affordability, safety, and a comfortable lifestyle where their retirement savings can actually stretch. That's why today we're counting down the top 10 cheapest cities to retire in America. These cities are not just affordable. They also offer good healthcare access, decent weather, and communities where retirees feel welcome. Some are small towns, others are mid-sized cities, but all of them have one thing in common. They give retirees the freedom to live comfortably without breaking the bank. And trust me, you'll want to stick around until the very end, because the number one city on this list is one that almost nobody expects, but it's quietly becoming a retiree magnet. Criteria for selection. Before we jump into the list, let me quickly explain how we picked these cities. Retiring isn't just about finding a cheap place to live, it's about finding the right balance. Housing costs, affordable homes or rentals under the national average. Cost of living, groceries, utilities, and everyday expenses matter just as much as housing. Healthcare access. Retirees need good hospitals and doctors nearby. Lifestyle. Safe communities, things to do, parks, social clubs, and maybe even golf courses. Taxes. Some states tax pensions and Social Security, others don't. That makes a huge difference in retirement budgets. Community. Are there other retirees there? Is it friendly and easy to settle down? These are the factors that shaped our list. Now, let's begin our countdown. Number 10, Toledo, Ohio. Toledo might not be the first place you think of when it comes to retirement, but hear me out. This mid-sized city in Northwest Ohio has quietly become one of the most affordable places for retirees in the entire country. The housing market is incredibly affordable. The median home price here is around $120,000. That's less than a third of the national average. Renting? You can find apartments under $900 a month. For retirees living on fixed incomes, that's a game changer. The cost of living in Toledo is about 20% lower than the U.S. average. Groceries, transportation, and healthcare all cost less. And speaking of healthcare, Toledo is home to the University of Toledo Medical Center and several other hospitals, meaning retirees won't have to sacrifice access to care. What about lifestyle? Well, Toledo sits right on Lake Erie, so there are outdoor activities like boating and fishing. The city also has a surprisingly good art scene, museums, and minor league sports. It's not Florida, but it's comfortable, welcoming, and most importantly, affordable. Retirees here love the fact that they can actually buy a home without draining their savings, and still have money left over to travel, enjoy hobbies, or help their kids and grandkids. Number 9, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Next up is Tulsa, Oklahoma, a city that has been making headlines in recent years for its affordability and quality of life. Let's start with housing. The median home price in Tulsa is around $170,000. Renting is also cheap, with many one-bedroom apartments under $1,000 per month. Compared to bigger cities in states like California or New York, this feels almost unreal. Tulsa's cost of living is about 15% below the national average. Utilities, healthcare, and groceries are all cheaper, which makes a fixed retirement income stretch much further. One of the most attractive things about Tulsa is its community vibe. It's a big enough city that you'll find plenty of entertainment, theaters, live music, great restaurants. But it's small enough that it still feels neighborly. Retirees often mention that people here are welcoming and it's easy to build friendships. Healthcare is solid, with several large hospitals and specialty centers. Safety is improving in certain areas, and many retirees choose suburban neighborhoods just outside the city center for peace and quiet. And here's something interesting. Tulsa has even offered relocation incentives in the past to attract remote workers. That kind of forward-thinking approach means the city is growing and developing in a way that benefits everyone, including retirees. Now, we've only just started. We covered Toledo and Tulsa, but the cities further down this list will surprise you even more. In fact, one of the top 5 cities is in a state that most people would never associate with affordable retirement, and yet it's becoming one of the fastest growing retiree destinations in America. Number 8. Birmingham, Alabama. When people think of Alabama, retirement doesn't always come to mind right away. But that's changing fast, especially in Birmingham, which is becoming a hidden gem for retirees looking for affordability, health care, and Southern hospitality. Let's start with housing. The median home price in Birmingham sits around $160,000 to $170,000, which is almost half of the U.S. national median. Renting is also affordable. A one-bedroom apartment can be found for $950 or less, sometimes much lower in suburban areas just outside the city. Retirees who sell a home in a more expensive state, say California or New Jersey, often find they can buy a house in Birmingham outright and still have money left over for savings or travel. Now, the cost of living. Overall, Birmingham is about 20% below the national average. Groceries, utilities, and especially healthcare are more affordable compared to larger metro areas. And healthcare is something Birmingham is actually famous for. The University of Alabama at Birmingham, UAB, Hospital, is one of the largest academic medical centers in the country, providing world-class care in cardiology, cancer treatment, and senior medicine. For retirees, that's peace of mind right at their doorstep, but lifestyle matters too. Birmingham may not be a beach town, but it's located in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. That means you get beautiful greenery, rolling hills, and 4 distinct seasons. Yes, summers are hot, but spring and fall are gorgeous. There are golf courses, hiking trails, and a strong community of retirees. In fact, Birmingham has been quietly gaining a reputation as a place where retirees can enjoy a slower pace of life, yet still have access to cultural amenities like museums, theaters, and Southern-style dining. Taxes also work in favor of retirees. Alabama does not tax Social Security benefits, and many forms of retirement income are also exempt. Property taxes are low compared to the national average, which is a huge plus for retirees who want to own their home without being burdened year after year. So why is Birmingham a smart choice? It's the combination of affordability, excellent health care, and a growing retiree-friendly culture. You can stretch your retirement savings here without feeling like you're sacrificing quality of life. Number 7. San Antonio, Texas. Now let's move southwest to a city that's not only affordable, but also full of history, culture, and sunshine, San Antonio, Texas. San Antonio is one of the fastest growing metro areas in Texas, but it's still surprisingly affordable compared to cities like Austin, Dallas, or Houston. The median home price is around $250,000 to $260,000, which is higher than Birmingham, but still below the national average. Renting is also reasonable, with one-bedroom apartments averaging around $1,100. For retirees used to paying far more in expensive states, San Antonio feels like a bargain. The cost of living here is about 10% below the national average. Groceries and transportation are especially affordable, and utilities remain manageable. Healthcare is strong, with multiple hospitals, including the Methodist Hospital System, and the UT Health San Antonio Medical Center, which provides specialized care for seniors. What really sets San Antonio apart, though, is lifestyle. The city blends Texan hospitality with a vibrant cultural scene. Retirees can stroll along the famous Riverwalk, explore Spanish missions, enjoy authentic Tex-Mex cuisine, or attend festivals year-round. And let's not forget the weather. San Antonio has mild winters, which is a big draw for retirees escaping harsher northern climates. Summers are hot, yes, but many retirees embrace the sunshine and take advantage of indoor activities during peak heat hours. Taxes are another major perk. Texas has no state income tax, meaning retirees don't lose a chunk of their pensions or Social Security checks. Property taxes are higher than Alabama's, but for many retirees, the savings from no income tax outweighs that. Now, I've personally spoken with retirees in San Antonio, and many of them say the same thing. It's the balance that keeps them here. They enjoy an affordable lifestyle, access to top health care, and an endless list of things to do. Whether it's golf, fishing nearby lakes, or simply relaxing in a friendly neighborhood, retirees in San Antonio feel like they've found the perfect middle ground. Number 6, Knoxville, Tennessee. Knoxville, Tennessee might not be the first name that comes up when people think about retirement, but in recent years it's been making headlines as a hidden gem for retirees who want affordability and natural beauty combined. Let's start with housing. Knoxville's median home price is around $280,000, which is below the national median. Renting is also affordable compared to other popular retirement areas. A one-bedroom apartment averages about $1,100 per month. What makes Knoxville stand out, however, is the value retirees get for their money. Homes often come with larger yards, scenic views, and easy access to lakes and mountains. The cost of living in Knoxville is about 12 to 15% below the national average, which means groceries, healthcare, and transportation are easier on the wallet than in many other regions. Retirees here find that their money stretches further, not just for essentials, but also for the lifestyle they've always dreamed about in retirement. And speaking of lifestyle, Knoxville delivers in a big way. Nestled right by the Great Smoky Mountains, it's a paradise for anyone who enjoys the outdoors. Retirees can hike, fish, boat, or just take scenic drives through some of the most beautiful landscapes in America. But Knoxville isn't only about nature. The city has a vibrant downtown area with restaurants, theaters, music venues, and a strong sense of community. College sports at the University of Tennessee also add to the local culture, and retirees often enjoy being part of that energy. Healthcare is another strength. The University of Tennessee Medical Center provides high-quality care, and Knoxville has several other hospitals and clinics that specialize in senior health. For retirees, knowing that strong healthcare is nearby adds a layer of security. Taxes also play a role. Tennessee has no state income tax, which means Social Security and pensions are not taxed. While sales taxes are higher here, many retirees still come out ahead because they aren't losing income to state taxes each year. What makes Knoxville so appealing is the balance. Affordability, healthcare, natural beauty, and culture all in one package. Retirees here often say that Knoxville offers a slower pace of life, but never feels boring. There's always something to do, whether it's attending a festival, exploring the Smokies, or enjoying a quiet evening on the porch. Number 5. Des Moines, Iowa. Now, let's move to the Midwest, specifically Des Moines, Iowa. This one might surprise you because when people picture retirement, they often imagine palm trees and beaches, not cornfields and Midwest plains. But Des Moines has become one of the most practical, affordable, and comfortable cities for retirees. Housing in Des Moines is remarkably affordable. The median home price is about $210,000, well below the national average. Renting is also a bargain, with one-bedroom apartments averaging under $1,000 per month. For retirees, this means they can live in a nice home or apartment without stretching their retirement savings thin. The cost of living in Des Moines is about 18 to 20% below the national average. Everyday expenses like groceries, healthcare, and utilities are cheaper than in most large metro areas. Retirees who move here often talk about how much less stressful it feels when they no longer have to constantly worry about high bills. Healthcare is a major plus. Des Moines is home to Mercy One Medical Center and Unity Point Health. Iowa Methodist, both of which provide excellent healthcare services. For retirees, especially those managing chronic conditions, having top medical care nearby is essential, and Des Moines delivers. Now let's talk about lifestyle. Des Moines is often underestimated, but it's actually a lively city with plenty to offer. There are cultural attractions like the Des Moines Art Center, live music venues, theaters, and beautiful parks. Farmers markets are popular, and retirees love the sense of community here. The pace of life is slower than in bigger cities, but it's never dull. Taxes are another benefit. Iowa has been gradually phasing out taxes on retirement income, and as of 2023, retirement income including Social Security is no longer taxed. That makes a big difference for retirees on fixed incomes. Property taxes can be higher in some parts of the state, but they are usually offset by the lower cost of living overall. Des Moines might not have beaches or mountains, but what it does have is a safe, affordable, and welcoming environment. Retirees here often say they feel secure, financially comfortable, and surrounded by a community that values connection. So far, we've seen affordable cities in Ohio, Oklahoma, Alabama, Texas, Tennessee, and Iowa. And already the list is full of surprises. But the cities ahead will shock you even more. Imagine retiring in a place where you can live comfortably on less than $2,000 a month and have access to top health care. Number 4, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. At number 4, we're heading northeast to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, a city once known as the Steel City, but today it's earning new recognition as one of the most retiree-friendly and affordable metro areas in the U.S. Let's start with housing. The median home price in Pittsburgh is around $230,000, which is significantly below the national median. Rentals are also affordable. Retirees can find one-bedroom apartments for under $1,200 a month, often in safe and walkable neighborhoods. What's interesting about Pittsburgh is that many of its neighborhoods offer the charm of historic homes alongside newly developed apartments, giving retirees options depending on whether they want something modern or traditional. The cost of living is about 10% below the national average, but what really makes Pittsburgh stand out is the value retirees get for their money. Utilities, transportation, and groceries are manageable, and healthcare is top tier. In fact, Pittsburgh is home to the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center, UPMC, which is one of the nation's best healthcare systems. That's a huge reassurance for retirees who want access to specialists and high-quality care. Lifestyle-wise, Pittsburgh has undergone a huge transformation. The days of it being a smoky industrial hub are long gone. Today, it's a city filled with green parks, museums, theaters, and thriving sports culture. The rivers and bridges make it a scenic place to live, and retirees often enjoy outdoor activities like walking along the riverfront trails or exploring the city's famous neighborhoods like Shadyside and Squirrel Hill. Taxes are a mixed bag. Pennsylvania does not tax Social Security income or pensions, which is great news for retirees. However, property taxes can be higher depending on the neighborhood. Still, many retirees find the trade-off worth it because of the affordable housing and strong healthcare system. In the end, Pittsburgh provides a unique balance. It's affordable, it's safe, and it has one of the best healthcare networks in the country. For retirees who want the amenities of a big city without the overwhelming costs of places like New York or Boston, Pittsburgh is a smart choice. Number 3, Greenville, South Carolina. At number 3, we're traveling south to one of the fastest growing retirement hotspots in America, Greenville, South Carolina. Greenville has been quietly transforming over the last decade. Once a small southern town, it has now grown into a vibrant mid-sized city that's drawing retirees from all over the country. And the number one reason is simple: affordability with charm. Housing here is affordable, with a median home price of about $275,000. While that's a little higher than some of the cities we've covered, it's still well below the national average, and retirees often say they feel like they get more for their money here. Larger homes, better neighborhoods, and a higher overall quality of life. Rentals are also reasonable, with many one-bedroom apartments available for around $1,200 a month. The cost of living in Greenville is about 12% lower than the national average. Groceries and utilities are affordable, and healthcare is also excellent. The city has several highly rated hospitals, including Prisma Health Greenville Memorial Hospital, which provides senior-focused care. For retirees, that kind of access is crucial. Now let's talk lifestyle. Greenville has one of the most charming downtowns in the South. Retirees love strolling down Main Street, which is filled with shops, restaurants, and cultural events. There's also the beautiful Falls Park on the Reedy River, a green space with waterfalls right in the middle of downtown, something you don't see every day. Beyond the city, retirees enjoy easy access to the Blue Ridge Mountains, which means weekend getaways filled with hiking, scenic drives, and fresh mountain air. Taxes are another plus. South Carolina does not tax Social Security benefits, and property taxes are relatively low compared to many other states. Retirees also get generous deductions on other forms of retirement income, which helps stretch their savings further. What makes Greenville really stand out, though, is the sense of community. Retirees say it's easy to make friends here, whether through local clubs, churches, or simply chatting downtown. It feels like a big small town, offering the amenities of a city without losing that warm Southern hospitality. Number 2, Fayetteville, Arkansas. At number 2 on our list is a city that might surprise many people, Fayetteville, Arkansas. Now, you might be asking yourself, Arkansas? Really? But yes, Fayetteville has been quietly climbing the charts as one of the best places in the country for retirees, and here's why. Let's start with housing. The median home price in Fayetteville is around $260,000, which is well below the national average. Rentals are also affordable, with one-bedroom apartments available for around $1,100 to $1,200 per month. Compared to the skyrocketing prices in other states, this feels like a relief for retirees who want to downsize or live comfortably without stretching their retirement funds. The cost of living is about 14% lower than the national average. Everyday essentials, from groceries to transportation, cost less here, and that's a big deal for retirees on fixed incomes. Healthcare is another plus. The Washington Regional Medical Center and the Veterans Healthcare System of the Ozarks both provide high-quality medical services, giving seniors peace of mind. Now, let's talk about lifestyle. Fayetteville is located in the beautiful Ozark Mountains, and retirees love the natural scenery. Think rolling hills, scenic drives, and plenty of opportunities for hiking, fishing, and exploring. The city itself has a charming downtown with shops, restaurants, and cultural attractions like theaters and art galleries. Plus, the University of Arkansas brings energy and opportunities for lifelong learning. Retirees often find it fun to live in a college town because there's always something happening, from sporting events to concerts to guest lectures. Taxes are also retiree-friendly. Arkansas does not tax Social Security income, and the state offers exemptions for other retirement income as well. Property taxes are lower than in many states, which helps stretch retirement savings. Fayetteville is also known for its strong sense of community. Retirees often say they feel welcomed here, whether they're moving from another state or just looking for a slower pace of life with friendly neighbors. It's affordable, it's scenic, and it's vibrant, a true hidden gem. Number 1, Grand Rapids, Michigan. And here we are, number 1 on our list of the cheapest cities to retire in America. The top spot goes to Grand Rapids, Michigan. Now, some people might not expect Michigan to top a retirement list, but Grand Rapids has been turning heads for years as one of the most affordable, livable, and retiree-friendly cities in the country. First, housing. The median home price in Grand Rapids is around $240,000, and rentals are very affordable. Retirees can often find one-bedroom apartments for under $1,000 a month. That's a huge difference compared to states like Florida, where retirees often pay double or even triple that amount for similar housing. The cost of living is about 15% below the national average. Utilities, groceries, and transportation are all manageable, which allows retirees to stretch their budgets further. But the real standout is healthcare. Grand Rapids is home to Spectrum Health, one of the top healthcare systems in Michigan, and several senior-focused clinics. For retirees, that means high-quality care close to home. Lifestyle is another reason Grand Rapids shines. This city has something for everyone, museums, theaters, breweries, and a thriving downtown filled with restaurants and shops. For retirees who want both relaxation and entertainment, Grand Rapids offers the best of both worlds. And let's not forget the outdoors. The city is near Lake Michigan, meaning retirees can enjoy beautiful beaches, fishing, and summer getaways without having to travel far. Taxes are also manageable. Michigan does not tax Social Security income, and while other retirement income may be taxed depending on age and income level, property taxes are reasonable compared to many other states. Many retirees say the balance between affordable housing, low living costs, and decent tax policies makes Grand Rapids their #1 choice. But perhaps the biggest reason Grand Rapids ranks so highly is the community and quality of life. Retirees here say they feel secure, comfortable, and connected. So there you have it. The top 10 cheapest cities to retire in America. From Toledo, Ohio, to Grand Rapids, Michigan, this list proves that you don't have to spend a fortune to enjoy a comfortable and fulfilling retirement. Now, here's the big question. Which of these cities would you choose to retire in? Drop your answer in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another update. And remember, retirement doesn't have to be about sacrifice. It's about finding the place where your money goes further, your health is supported, and your lifestyle is exactly what you've dreamed of.